Fly ball left field. Nate McLouth is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Gomes. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Rutschman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is another episode of the Talking Birdie podcast, and we are going to spare the introductions today because we have a super special guest joining us again for his second time on. It's friend of the show and new addition to the Orioles 40-man roster, Drew Rom. What's up, buddy? Welcome back. How you doing?
So far, so good. I mean, really no complaints. Getting this offseason started, starting to get ramped up to kind of where I need to be, and I'm just looking forward to it and looking forward to this interview. So
fantastic, man. Well, we're really glad to have you back on. Nice to see you again. Nice to talk to you again after a long season, man.
Yeah.
Brad, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. Just coming off of Thanksgiving, enjoying life right now. Ready to have a good time today, man. How about yourself?
Can't complain, man. I got a new gaming PC.
About that?
That's very exciting. Yeah,
that is.
My friend just moved back he moved out to the West Coast, and he just came back and was like, "Hey, man, I got this old case that I don't use anymore." So we kind of took some of the pieces out of my other one that my pre-built that we could use, and then I bought some more components and we put it all together in this, this beautiful case here. So now I have like a legit gaming PC and it runs beautifully.
You love to see it.
Good for you.
I'm stoked for you, man.
Thanks, dude. Drew, if I remember correctly, you're a gamer as well.
Yes, that is correct. I'm still on PS4 though. I'm not trying to pay $800 or whatever for PS5. Or
you still can't find those things at retail?
Not around here now. They get bought and sold so fast.
That's unbelievable, dude. Those things have been out for 2 years.
Yeah, and I'm not really trusting Facebook Marketplace too much unless it's like a legit person that I know. So,
well, as long as it's like this, people are just going to continue to scalp them. It's insane. What have you been playing? Have you been playing the new Call of Duty at all?
I'm playing a lot of new Call of Duty, and
okay. Well, we need to exchange tags because that's all I've been playing lately.
For sure, I would say, and then honestly, no, that's been about it. Just new Call of Duty, new Warzone, and a little bit of 2K here and there. Just as a little need a break.
Have you tried DMZ out at all? That new mode that they have in Warzone?
I like a lot of my buddies like it. I don't like it so much because I like Warzone, where like you're actually going and fighting people every 20 seconds, but like you do like a bunch of like challenges and everything. It's like,
it's not for everybody. I do enjoy it quite a bit though.
Definitely not for me, but
man, well, I will make sure before you get off of here that I get you added on there.
For sure.
I'm unfortunately totally on the outside of this conversation. I haven't really played any games since the last video game I was serious about was Madden about 3 years or so ago, Madden 20. And I got way too into it. I was playing online all the time, super competitive, cared a shit ton about my worldwide ranking and everything. Got into like the top 4,000. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I'm like sending messages to the top ranked guys, challenging them and shit like that. And I got waited ever since then though. Once that was done, I haven't come out of retirement yet.
Brad's parents kept him under a rock and away from video games his entire life, so he was never able to get into all the other stuff.
Well, yeah. So as a kid, I wasn't allowed to have a gaming system, but I would still play at my friends' houses, and I was still allowed to play computer games. They still made Madden for computer and everything.
Yeah.
So I'll just play Madden on PC. That's it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But like up until high school, I would play Madden on PC online, and then like once college came around, they stopped making it for PC. I think, which is probably good for my social life.
Yeah.
And then not until 3 years or so ago, when I'm like in my late 20s, I was like, you know what? I want to play that shit again. I'm getting an Xbox. So
EA Sports stopped making a lot of games for PC.
yeah,
Especially NHL. They stopped making NHL for PC a long time ago, and they still haven't brought it back.
I think I had like the whole like sports collection for PC, and like I think it was the 2007 or the 2008 collection or something. And I grinded that a lot before I even got like the GameCube or anything.
And that's where I started playing games too, on my aunt's computer. I'll be at like daycare and shit. Yeah, they stopped making it. They stopped making NHL for PC because they got tired of people modding the game. You'd have like cartoon characters skating around the ice, and they're like, "We can't have this," so they just stopped making it for PC.
They should have made that a mode in the game.
EA Sports hates fun, so there's nothing surprising about that.
Yeah.
So, my dude, congrats on getting added to the 40-man.
hell yes, brother.
Thank you.
We were all very nervous leading up to the Rule 5 draft because we knew you were eligible. Did they indicate to you ahead of time at all that they were going to add you to the 40-man, or did you kind of find out at the same time that we did?
I know they kept it under wraps for the most part. Like even my agent didn't know anything. Like he's pretty good friends with like Elias and Sig, so like even they weren't telling him anything. So I honestly didn't find out until Eve called me, and literally that was like 15 or 20 minutes before the 6 p.m. deadline. So yeah.
That's funny, wild. Man. Did you get nervous? I mean, what were you thinking? Were you thinking maybe you'd get taken?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't really know. I just knew that like I couldn't really do anything about it because I've done as much as I could up to this point. So whatever happened. But I mean, I was just gonna let kind of just them dictate what they thought was right, and if not, then I was gonna hope for a selection. So we're gonna see how it works, but I'm glad I'm on the 40 with the Orioles, and hopefully I can be up in Camden next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, from a career standpoint, like for us, we obviously wanted you to stay on board and be a part of the Orioles. But from a career standpoint, if you're selecting the Rule 5 draft, that's still a pretty major opportunity too.
Yeah, so I'm not.
I guess it's kind of win-win. Yeah. So I hear you, man.
I mean, I definitely will not hate those paychecks for a full year.
Dude, oh no,
no doubt, man.
Absolutely not.
So how does it work? I mean, when you get bumped up from AA to AAA, is from my understanding, there's not that much in terms of raises to go with that, but I feel like there's got to be some, right?
I mean, not much, no, really. No.
But once you're on the 40-man, I assume it's got to be more. I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to talk about that, but
no, I mean, it's public knowledge now with the whole CBA. The CBA actually bumped it up a lot for the 40-man raise. It used to be like basically 40, 80, 120 for first, second, third years. Now I think it's like 57, 100, and like 130. I don't know the third year one off the top of my head. I just know it's like 50 to like 100.
Nice.
Like, it's definitely a nice pay raise, and like we're actually treated like human beings now, like everyone in general, with the whole new CBA and kind of the whole minor league players union, which is huge. So I mean, for us, I think that's the biggest thing, was kind of like that pay, and like that was the biggest thing for me for the 40-man was the pay raise.
Yeah, that lockout was bad for fans and players, but it seems like it yielded some serious good in that aspect. So we're always glad to hear that you guys are doing better, and you know.
And the Orioles definitely took care of everyone from the top down this year in terms of housing and just everything they could have done with the whole. Basically, with everything they got from the CBA, they went 100% with. I mean, they took care of us really well with it.
That's great to hear. It's really, really good to hear. So you're coming off a pretty good season in which you got the bump to AAA. How did that feel going from facing AA to AAA? Was there much of a difference, or was it kind of just business as usual for you?
No, I mean, there's definitely a big difference. It's just more of like that professional approach that I was preaching about, kind of when you would go from like high A to AA. But from like double A to triple A, that's a big league approach you're gonna see in the big leagues. It's just some of these guys have more, I guess, skill than or I guess the big league guys just have more skill and just more consistency than guys in triple A, but they all have pretty similar approaches and they just do and follow their approach the whole at bat. So if like you can outthink them, it's kind of a little bit easier. But I mean, even then, like if you make a mistake pitch, every single pitch, they're gonna make you pay.
So what about like from a lifestyle standpoint, getting promoted from double A to triple A? Typically you're moving to a bigger town. What's that like? Talk about that.
Yeah, so definitely from Bowie to Norfolk was a big difference because I mean the double A, like that Bowie league, there's not really many like huge cities that you really get to go to. But then once you get to triple A, like I went to Norfolk and like that was an even bigger city in the midst of the places I traveled to this whole year. And then going to like Durham was super nuts because like that's like a really nice city. Like a lot of fans came out every night. And it's just nice to have a lot more things to do. Especially when you're going out with those guys too. I just think that's just definitely more like of a bonding experience when you're able to like actually go and hang out with them somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. So is there anybody on the Tides that you were able to form a relationship with that you didn't necessarily have much of a relationship with before the promotion?
I mean, honestly, every guy there, once I got there, was able to form a really great friendship with. And honestly, probably one of the guys I got closest to that I really wasn't to with before, but he just kind of happened to be in the same friend group that I had from like double A was Cole Uvila.
Okay.
Like, he was hanging out with like Conroy and McSweeney and all those guys. Like that's who I hung out previously. So just kind of meeting him was really cool. And like he's been through a lot in professional baseball. So like kind of hearing his whole career path and everything has been like really cool. And just like honestly, just seeing where a lot of the guys have come from the Tides who've like had all that big league experience and have been on multiple teams is kind of crazy. And it's honestly really cool to see and hear. So
yeah, absolutely.
What was your favorite? I mean, you mentioned Durham. What was your favorite town that you got to go to?
I mean, I would definitely say Durham. Yeah, just because like I'm a North Carolina fan, so I went over to Chapel Hill with my parents who came down for that. So that was really fun too. And then I just really like the city and I like the Carolinas. So for me, that was fun.
Yeah, speaking of your parents in North Carolina, thanks again for the ticket hookup on opening day. That was fun getting to Ryan and I got the chance to sit with your parents and yeah, they were cool. And I got to talking a little basketball trash with your dad because I'm a Kansas alum.
Oh,
and it was not long after the national championship, right?
It had to have been less than a week, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were good people, man. So thanks again for that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Appreciate that, and I'll let them know that for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's like as soon as we walked up, they're like, "Oh, you're the podcast guy."
Like, yeah, well, I would say they definitely watch like every interview I do and all that.
Oh
stuff. Yeah, like they're super invested, so it's really nice for them to kind of come out and even talk to the people that have done like interviews with me. So they really enjoy that aspect.
It's pretty cool seeing your. I guess it's your uncle was there too, if I remember correctly. It was like your parents and maybe your uncle or something.
Yeah,
it's so funny. They were just locked in every pitch. Like I've never seen anybody watch minor league baseball. Just like,
well, then you don't watch minor league baseball enough, my friend.
No, I don't, because I don't pay that much attention to minor league games, not like you do. But yeah, you do watch pretty intently.
I mean, well, I do get up and walk around a lot as more in minor league games than I do at big league games, but I still keep a good eye of what's going on. That's for sure.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was super fun, man.
It's definitely a much different atmosphere, though. Much more laid back, but I like having a mix of both. So
incredibly different for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you, do you have anything else, Brad? I had something in my head, but I forgot what I was going to ask him. I'm trying to think of something really quick.
All right. So since we were on the topic of ballparks, what would you say was the best double A park that you went to?
Like, are we talking like atmosphere or like ballpark?
I guess if there's a difference, you can clarify both.
I mean, like Akron was by far the most like professional, like big league ballpark by far.
The Rubber Ducks. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a brand new stadium, so of course it's gonna be super nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, man, I don't know. I mean, I like Hagerstown a lot. I just like the atmosphere there a lot because like the fans are on top of you because you're almost playing like underneath everyone, so like they're lit on top of you. So like,
So you're talking about from the Del Mar
not
days.
Hagerstown, my bad. Oh man, I'm going blank now.
Was it the Nationals, the Senators?
Senators, Harrisburg.
I've
Harrisburg.
actually been up there before. They do actually have a dope park. It's on an island in the
So like
the
driving is super cool. It kind of sucks because you have to drive around the entire island every single day to get there.
Yeah. No, that place is pretty cool. They got some nice breweries nearby too. So I've been up there a few times. That's for sure.
Yeah. And we were able to go when we were in Akron. My girlfriend came up, and we were able to go to Cedar Point on the off day and hang out. So that was fun.
Sweet.
So really good things about Cedar Point. It's really cool.
It's probably the best. It's my favorite music park that I've been to.
I guess on the topic of off days. So since minor league season, the series run Tuesday through Sunday, right? So what's the travel schedule like? Do you guys hop on a bus Sunday night, or do you go home?
It kind of depends. Like, so if we're away, we're leaving Sunday night. But if we're home and we're leaving to go somewhere, usually if it's within like 2 or 3 hours, we'll take the whole off day home. But if it's like a longer trip, like the Erie or Akron ones, we left on Monday. But we would leave like later in the day, so we would get at least like a little bit of time home. And then, but once you got to AAA, I mean, you're flying on Mondays.
Oh, you actually fly when you get to AAA.
Okay.
Yeah, so unless it's like within we drove to Durham, but we flew to Memphis and Jacksonville.
Do they just get like a charter plane or something for you guys?
No, they just put us on there's like typically like 3 sets of like flights that they put us on, like kind of like alphabetical order.
Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, it's usually like the.
So you're flying commercial, but separately.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, it's usually you have to crack it down to get like the good flight, or get the really early flights out of there. And like honestly, I had all good flights. I was on Delta every time. So.
Damn.
I was happy with it, and I would always check in and make sure I didn't get a middle seat. So
yeah.
Now, do they actually let you rack up like frequent flyer awards or anything for that?
No way.
Yeah.
You do?
What?
Yeah. Well,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like you have to put like your confirmation number in your account. But yeah, and then I mean they do the same thing for the Marriott points too, or like anything like that, because I'm a Marriott member, so I just rack up the points whenever we stay anywhere with Marriott.
Nice.
Okay, so after your playing career is over, you're gonna have a lot of free travel opportunities then.
I mean, shoot, either that or that's just the all season travel miles.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This guy's got places to go.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because the few times that I used to have to travel for work at my old job, they did let me rack up the rewards points. So I don't know if it worked the same way for you guys.
For us, most of the time, yeah. It's just sometimes like I'd forget, and then like I would wait a week, and a week would be too long to put it into the account, so I would just kind of screw myself there.
Well, if you miss one, I guess it's no big deal if you get them all the time, right?
Yeah, but when you're only on like 4 flights for like the month that you were there, yeah, I would have liked some more flyer miles.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm sure I'm racking out this season.
For sure.
At some point.
For sure. Well, do you have any big all-season travel plans?
No, I mean, we just went out to Zach Watson's wedding in Arkansas last month.
Oh, nice.
We drove that, but yeah, so that was a long drive, but it was fun. It was a good time. And other than that, not really. Probably just a trip to Nashville here and there, just because it's close, and that's where part of my agency is. So they usually have some events down there.
So how far was the drive to Arkansas?
11
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that brings me physical pain to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, we did in like 30. We did in like 36 hours too, so that was tough.
Yeah.
We left Friday morning and then got back Sunday morning. So yeah. Tough.
Yes. Yeah. See, Ryan will complain if it's a 3.5 hour road trip.
I will.
I'm more I'm more of a road trip guy. Like I'm good with it.
Dude.
I was fine with it. It's just like we left after the wedding because like it got over like enough to where we were able to like start driving. We didn't have to stay the night. So around like 4 or 5 in the morning, I started to get tired, and I just had my girlfriend drive the rest, or like for like the next like 2-3 hours. So,
dude, on this middle of December, my wife is having her college graduation, and she's in Penn State's online school, so they're actually having the graduation at State College.
ooh.
And so that same day, though, is my family Christmas party in Pittsburgh. So we're driving from Frederick to State College to Pittsburgh, all in the same day.
That's not that bad.
It's pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
Let's
State
see.
College-
So Frederick
State
to State College, that's got to be about 3.5 hours or so, and then to Pittsburgh from there, maybe another 3 hours.
It's like another
Let's say
2 or
like-
3 hours.
like
It's like
2.5.
6 hours of driving in a single day. I'm gonna
Not
lose my
bad.
fucking mind, dude.
That's not too
See, those types of trips are memorable for me. I actually enjoy that shit. So
well. It's also nice that you just split it up too. It's just not all at once.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Well, if we just went straight to Pittsburgh, it would be like 3 hours from where I live.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm in Western Maryland, just get on 70 out to the turnpike. It's a pretty short drive. But that's like my limit right there. That's like all I can do. Any longer than that, just put me on a goddamn airplane.
Oh,
I don't want to deal with it. If I can't afford to fly, I will simply not go.
Usually for me, if it's like, unless it's to like Atlanta or something, I'm usually driving for the most part because I'd rather just fly to Atlanta for like $50 on Allegiant.
and you're in Kentucky in the off season, right?
Like Cincinnati, yeah.
Okay, all right, gotcha. But you said you're not a Bengals fan, if I remember.
Not a
correctly,
Bengals
right?
fan.
All
Nope.
right, good.
Nope. But
That's
I
good.
can see the
Yeah,
Bengals seeing from like my window. So
We are not a Joe Burrow podcast here.
I'm saying, see, I'm a Joe Burrow fan, and that's like about the only thing.
Oh man.
That's just because like I worked out with his girlfriend in high school, and like my cousin and his girlfriend were like best friends in high school. So
Okay. All right.
and
Well,
he's just a good dude too. So
I mean, I'm sure.
And we will accept Joe Burrow memorabilia that we can sell on eBay.
Yeah, if you want to give me some signed Joe Burrow shit, I'll still take it.
I mean, I'm just trying to meet him first. I just want to meet him.
Oh, you
yeah.
haven't met him yet? Okay.
Oh, I'm
Hey,
trying.
never mind.
Yeah.
So what do you got planned this off season, man? You said some travel, but do you have a specific workout program that you're gonna be going for? Or are you just gonna kick it back for a while?
I'm working with Tread this off season with Tyler Zombro. So we're gonna see how that goes this off season. And honestly, for me, I mean, I like a lot so far. Just like the program and just kind of like the individualization that they bring to it is like super nice. And anything I have questions with, he's been able to answer. So far, I like it. And then I'm planning on going down there in January and hanging out there in Charlotte for like probably 2 weeks or something, and actually going in house. And then one of my trainers from home has a place there, so I'll probably either work out there or just hang out.
So when do you actually get to spring training then? I guess I know like report dates probably middle to end of February, but a lot of guys typically get there earlier. How's that work?
I would say for me, so probably the February 15th is like the usual report date. So honestly, I'll probably leave on like the 10th or something and try to get down there a little early, or I'm sure my girlfriend's gonna want to drive down with me to get a couple of days in Florida too. So it'll be kind of whenever she can get off work and kind of have like a little bit of a nice vacation before the whole season starts.
For sure. Yeah.
Are you planning on getting married anytime soon?
No, I'm 22, so no.
Oh God, so young.
Yeah.
God damn. We're getting so old, Brad.
Yeah, if Josh were able to make it tonight, he would be on par, same age. But yeah, it's amazing how fast it goes, man.
Seriously, holy shit, dude, that's crazy.
I'm 22. I'm still a baby. So.
Yeah, you are. Never mind. Forget I said that.
You know how you hear about people get older and talk about the good old days and stuff like that. Well, Drew, you are in the good old days.
Yes,
for
you are.
sure, my friend.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
People are already calling me old though. apparently in baseball, I'm old as a prospect.
No,
That's wild, man. That's
no
wild.
way.
Not
for a pitcher either.
22 in AAA is not old, even
No.
for a
Well,
prospect.
no, not just the AAA, just like the 22 and prospect thing. They say I'm getting up there in age. So
Well, I mean, the fucking COVID year didn't help not having a minor league season. So really, you would be 21 in AAA. So they can't hold the extra year. 22 is fine as it is. So
I think I'm on track though, because I think it was probably a team of year was what their mindset was. So I ended up making up time, so it worked.
Let's see you up in Baltimore by July, brother.
You know what? I'm hoping so.
hey, man, there are opportunities. There are some opportunities in the rotation right now.
We'll be in the suite with Drew's family again.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are these guys eating our food? We're like, oh.
I mean, I think we might need more than a suite because I've heard a lot of people say they're gonna be the first flight out. So hopefully they'll get me like a section would be cool or something.
Yes,
That would be awesome, man.
that'd be super dope. And then just let you distribute the tickets as you
I
please.
am 100% there.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I
man.
appreciate that. I would say, well, in Lexington for my low A debut, they rented out a section, and like the Lexington Legends had like this whole thing with my high school because like we used to play our state tournaments there and everything. So I think there ended up being like 800 or 900 people there just for me, which is wild.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Watch, they're gonna call you up at the beginning of like a 10-game road trip.
Probably.
You guys are gonna be in like Arlington or something, and I'm just gonna be like, I can't do anything about that, man.
That's true. That's a good point.
I wouldn't mind making the debut in Arlington because that's where one of my role models did. So
That'd be Nolan Ryan?
no, Jimmy Morris. You know the movie The Rookie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So him, because like
okay.
that was my favorite movie growing up because like that's why I learned all my pitching mechanics was watching Dennis Quaid pitch, which I don't know if that's really a good thing, but it seemed to work out. So
That's hilarious. So I'm gonna have to get like a pitching ninja side by side mechanics comparison now.
no, I like it, not anymore, but definitely back when I was younger, I definitely try to replicate it.
I did too. I pitched in Little League, and I would change it up like every time. I'd be like, that pitcher throws cool. I'm going to start doing that now. And then I would like throw an outing like that. And then I'd see somebody else. I'd be like, he throws cool too. And then I'd switch it and do something else. And my coach is just like, what is this kid doing?
And I think that's why I started throwing sidearm in high school. So
It's great.
well, I was not for him throwing sidearm, but
That's
just
so funny.
I like seeing it. So
You were a submariner in high school?
I would just drop down occasionally, like what I do now.
Oh, okay.
Just to mess with
Just
kids.
out of nowhere. Just kind of like Nestor Cortez does, where he'll just submarine it every once in a while.
Exactly. Well, when I had my mustache, the amount of player comps I heard of Nestor Cortez from like my teammates and like the other guys around were a lot. It was a lot.
It's a pretty crazy story that guy has, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking like that's not a bad guy to be compared to.
No, not at all.
Shoot, he was the Yankees ace basically. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I mean, he was here for a year. He threw like 2 outings, got lit up. And we were like, all right,
nope.
next guy.
Yep, just another journeyman making his way through on a rebuilding ball club.
Yeah. It's weird. Baseball's crazy, man. You never know. You never know with that stuff. Brad, are we still going down to spring training this year?
I mean, I'm down. I'm sure we could work it out
I think we should do that.
because I am a lot less busy in the wintertime. Pretty much once March comes around, I'm a lot busier. But, in the wintertime, a lot more availability, bro. Late March, too. So I could even go like probably early March.
I would say early March. You're probably still not getting out like course then.
I mean, I'm still going out on the course and stuff, but I have weekends off, and I'm doing a lot less. Let's put it that way this time of year. I still got to be here, but
yeah.
Drew, do you play golf?
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
know?
Not like I'm not super great, but like I'm good enough where I'll go out and I'll like shoot okay.
it is the hardest sport I have ever played in my
1,000%.
life, hands
100%.
down. Yeah.
I mean, there are guys on our team that are shooting like maybe like even or something. I don't understand it.
I mean,
Really?
yeah.
Okay, so who's the best golfer in the organization
There
that
we
you
go.
played with?
the hard hitting questions.
I don't know that. I don't know that, but like I do.
But you can name a couple then.
I'll say I know Conroy's really good. Ryan Watson's really good if he comes to play that day. And I can say that because he was my roommate in AAA, so I'm allowed to say that one. Caden Grenier's I know is scary good. I've never played with him before, but I know he's really good. So
really,
yeah, it's those three, and then Jensen Elliott is the one I know of.
I just very recently started playing because my boss is like just big golf nut. Yeah. And small company, there's like 5 of us. So we have these like monthly golf outings where he just like pays us for the day and then he takes us golfing. It's the coolest thing ever, dude.
I've actually heard a lot of businesses do that recently.
Yeah, it's a team building kind of thing.
It's a fantastic team building thing because I tell you, I like all those guys so much better after we go golfing together.
I'm sure I'm about to get some text from some guys if they see the interview and see their names not mentioned.
I think I've played maybe 4 or 5 rounds total. Just got my first set of clubs, and the last time I went, I hit a phenomenal tee shot on one, and I didn't hit another good tee shot the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
that's how it goes. Yeah,
I mean, not even a remotely acceptable tee shot the rest of the day.
So probably the best round I've ever played, which is still horrible by most people's golf standards, though. But I'm hitting them hard off the tee, and I'm feeling good about the contact, but I'm slicing it way right. And I'm partnered with this other guy because it's like you're paired going 2 against 2.
Yeah.
And I texted a buddy of mine who's an actual golfer, and I said, "Why am I slicing everything?" It's just like, close your top hands, bro. That's all you gotta do. I gotta close my top hands. All right. So the guy I'm playing with, his name's Jason. The next like 4 drives were the straightest and longest drives of my life. And Jason's like, "Brad, where's this coming from? Like, are you good now?" I was like, "It's cool, man. My buddy Myers told me to close my top hands.
Bro.
I'm good now."
What does that mean? To close your top hands?
I don't even know what that means.
Like this.
What?
Oh, it's like tighten the grip. Oh, okay, I got it.
Close it like this. Because I guess they say if you got like a baseball swing, you open your hands. Yeah. And that's why you slice it.
On my driver, I have to literally like close my club face like a decent amount.
I still don't understand what that means. Close your hands. What's that like? Are we grinding pepper here? Like what's going on?
Yeah, pretty much. Like it feels kind of awkward, but you know, like
so you gotta do like this.
So it looks like you have a baseball grip when you're gripping a golf club. Okay, yes. Yeah. So the one thing I was taught, my grandfather, who was an actual good golfer, taught me the grip and everything. So I interlock the fingers.
Yeah,
I actually do that.
I've never been able to do that.
Yeah, I do it. So you don't interlock the fingers either.
Oh, I just go straight baseball.
I might need to actually start trying.
I put the thumb down.
Baseball grip.
I put the thumb down. That's not a baseball thing.
I do the thumb down on my irons, but not on my driver. My driver, I'm full on baseball, and I let that thing eat. So
yeah. But anyways, after those 4 straight drives, and I got a couple beers in me, I'm feeling good. I'm actually like feeling kind of cocky at this point. And then I just completely lost it. That shit right the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It was oh man. It was a tough scene.
My game took a hard tumble that the last time we played with the work guys after we hit the drink cart and I got a double shot orange crush. It all went down after that.
Real fast.
Yep.
Yeah, but at least you're feeling.
I would try simulators. If you're trying to figure out how to play golf, go to a simulator.
Yeah, I should do that. Really, I should just go to the driving range more often.
Yeah, that would get some lessons, but I mean, simulator is super easy because there's no like live penalties or anything, and you can just kind of figure out how to hit a ball for once. So,
yeah, I do need to do something like that because when it starts getting warmer again, I want to start playing like a bunch more golf, and I would like to not embarrass myself.
That's all everyone does. You have to play golf down here or down there. So,
all right. So when we come down for spring training, I'll bring my clubs. Brad will bring his clubs.
That works.
And we will find a course in Sarasota, and we will.
There's like 7 or 8 within probably 3 miles.
I'm sure there is. It's just not the old people down there.
And
that's
then
all they do is they drink and they play golf. That's it.
But then before we come home, we'll have to drive 3 hours across the state to Port St. Lucie to play at the course that I used to work at down there, but never actually played at.
You have fun with that. I'm not doing that.
St. Lucie Trail Golf Club, baby. That is the Mets spring training town. Speaking of which,
Didn't you see DeGrom pitch down there or something?
I did not actually see him. I heard like the day after that he pitched pitched and dominated. Yeah, Drew.
Jacob DeGrom dominated low A hitters. Wow.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Surprise.
Yeah. I lived in Port St. Lucie for a year, and that was the Mets spring training town. I'd go to some St. Lucie Mets games just for something to do. But I gotta say, going to high A-ball games down there was definitely a little bit different because they're at MLB spring training facilities, and some of those places were really nice. Yeah, I've only actually seen Ed Smith Stadium from the outside and the Twin Lakes, the minor league facility. Yeah. I went and checked that out too because I just checked out Sarasota a bit before I moved back. I wasn't there during actual spring training, but I know Bradenton, where the Pirates play, was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. What else?
The new Braves place is super nice.
Is it? Where's that? Is that?
It's I don't know what it's called, but it's right next to Port Charlotte. It's somewhere next to Port Charlotte around there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely would be something cool to go check those out. So I've never actually been to spring training. I planned to, but it was during the COVID year that I was living down there. And then the next year where spring training was not totally close to the public, but like limited capacity to games and like $100 tickets. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna pay $100 to go to a game that doesn't count. So
I was saying, no, I love Ed Smith though. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. And Sarasota in general looks like it's a fun. It looks like a decent little town. So,
well, yeah, I mean, you got Siesta Key Beach right there. So, I mean, they make plenty of money to put back into everything. So, everything down there is super nice and just really well done.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, we're going to have to work that out.
Oh, absolutely. I just need to get a travel bag so I can check it on the plane because I'm not driving down there.
I figured you wouldn't. I guess I probably won't either.
Nope, we're gonna fly down there together, and we're going to shoot vlog content on the plane with my GoPro camera.
You love to see it.
That's what we're gonna do.
Dude, if you guys fly out of BWI, it's probably cheap. It's probably like $60.
It is. Well, it's not that cheap, but Southwest flies. Yeah, but then we have to fly at like 9 p.m. on a Wednesday for that. Now, Southwest does it too. I don't remember it being that expensive either.
Well, yeah, Southwest is what I got and I think you do too. You got the Rapid Rewards for Southwest, right? You got the Southwest credit card. So,
my
rack up the points, baby.
My Southwest points paid for my airfare when I went down to Tampa and saw DL's debut.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it could pay for a trip to Florida for me right now. It definitely could actually, but I kind of want to keep building them up so I could get like multiple free flights at a time. So
rack them up, baby.
Oh yeah,
man.
Rack them up. All right. Well, we've been going about 45 minutes now. Drew, you said you wanted to go get some Jimmy John's, and I'm going to honor that because who am I to keep a man from a sandwich?
I appreciate that. I would say it is a 9 o'clock close, about like a 10-minute walk there. So
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us again. We're super happy to have you on, and we'll catch you later. Is there anything you want to put out there? You want to plug anything really quick before we go?
I mean, honestly, not really, but I'm just looking forward to spring training and kind of seeing everyone down in Sarasota, and I just think it's gonna be a really fun season, and I'm hoping to make a big difference here in Camden.
Hey, I took the Orioles at 35-1 to win the World Series next year, so I think you're going to have something to do with helping me out there.
You know what? That's a pretty good one. It also helps that we don't have to play the AL East 100.
Right. Yeah,
that's right.
Yep, that is very true. All right, well, thank you, Drew, for coming on, man. It's been super fun, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it, man. We'll be in touch.
See you, man.